Hey, if you're just coming in and just joining my live, well, I'll put this up so if you catch this after I go live and you're just coming in and tuning into one of my live videos, you'll know X marks the spot. It lets me know to keep my hands here. I have my phone propped up over my hand, so if you see it shaky, wobbly, just know that's just because it's propped up. I had started doing a video for this, but then my phone ran out of space. Story of my life. So I had to stop and then come back in and do live so I could get this video out. So here goes. One of the ladies in the group says she has a Cricut Joy. She can cut, but she can't do the printing because she doesn't have access to the print and cut feature on that machine. For Cricut users, you can follow what I'm doing, or I did some videos prior to this live to show you what I was doing to get to where I am at currently. So I will post those after I post this live. And also for Silhouette users, I don't know much about Silhouette. I'll try to get my good girlfriend sister over here to help with those of you who have that machine, and if you design in that design program, because I am clueless to it. So anywho, let's see. For the people, not only the lady who has a Joy, but for the people who don't have a vinyl cutter at all, or a cutter, this will be for you. If you have a printer, then you can do this. You don't need a vinyl cutter to do these types of earrings. So I went on and printed some out on regular printer paper. As you can see, the colors are okay. They're not their best, but it's all right. But you can definitely tell the difference. Let me show you one. Let me show you. See, this is the print and cut on white cardstock. This is generic. I won't say it's generic because I don't know what brand it is. I had a bin full of it, but I don't know what brand that one is. So anyway, I'm gonna use it till it's gone. But okay, I put it on regular printer paper, and for once you print it out, you will need to cut it by hand. And so I did a video in the group showing you how to do it if you design in Design Space. If you have another design program, it's just the same. Just make sure you're gonna do your sizes in there. This is a 2.5 inch circle earring. So if you have to print it out at home, I mean not at home, Lord, if you have to print it out just on regular cardstock and cut it by hand, this is what you will be doing. I'll just do a quick one for you. Okay, and if you're just tuning in, I always say, if you hear the ambulance, the fire truck, a police car, a helicopter, whatever, we live right across the street from the major hospital here, and we're on one of the busiest highways here. It's in our backyard, so disregard all of that. Okay, you just cut it out by hand, and then you'll do what I'm about to show you for the layering. Okay, for that, this is black cardstock. This was like a whole sheet of black cardstock, but I cut all my layers out. This one sheet, if you're doing it in Cricut and you're doing it on this is 8.5 by 11, a regular size sheet. It's just like a printer size sheet of paper. You'll cut 3, 6, 9, 12. You can get 12 circle layers out of one sheet, and 12 circle layers will only, for me, it's only for 2 earrings, for a pair of earrings. So you use up a lot of this. And if you use, this is 110 pounds. If you use 65 pounds, you will end up doing 8 to 10 layers per earring or more, depending on how thin the cardstock is. So that's that. Okay, now what I do to start is I take and I already, like I said, I had started doing a video. See, I'd already put this one together. So that's what we're going to do. And then it stopped in the middle of this one. So we're going to go ahead and put the other earring together. Like I said, I take 6 layers. I put 3 for each. I would put 3 with that and then 3 with that. So how we get started, I would take my Mod Podge. And I like to work with a wet wipe, but I didn't, let me grab one real quick. I have paper towels and wet wipe. Let me grab one. Okay, this is my wipe. So, my podge. Dip my brush in. Start with my layers. And just paint it on. That layer, and I like to push it down on the, well, I got the wet wipe over there, but I'll push it down on this paper towel for now. Push it down, because once this stuff gets sticking, if you pull it apart, it will rip. It will take the top layer off. So I just keep painting until I get these 3 put together. And don't worry about going over the sides. It's okay to go over the sides because this is paper and this Mod Podge seals it. So if you can do it as you go, or you can come back and do it later. It's up to you. Try to get it as lined up as possible. Let's get these 3 together. Now that's drying. I see I didn't line it up perfectly. And once it sets, it pretty much sets. So anywho, we start on the next 3. I got glue all over this table. You don't have to be perfect with this. It's just glue. It's just glue, and it's paper. It's gonna take. You can't really mess it up unless you don't have it lined up quite right. If it's way off, then it's already stuck. Then you either pull it apart or start over with your layers. Okay, so now we're here. We have our center layer. This is for 1 earring. So we take one side, Mod Podge it again. Don't worry about getting it on your hands. It's fine. It's non-toxic. But you can wear gloves if you like. Or like I said, keep a wipe by to clean up take your design layer, stick it on. And another thing, like I said, sometimes you get the Mod Podge over your hands. When you go to pushing down with your hand, you'll have glue, and sometimes it'll stick to your image. So you want to try to keep your image clean as possible. But it happens. Glue gets on there sometimes. You just paint over it. If you can't get it off, just paint over it. See, I got some, if you can't see, got some there. And some on the corner there. But that's fine. We're going to paint over this anyway. Put a good amount on this, because once it dries, it will be clear. And now with this method, you will have streaks. You will. And if you don't want streaks, the best way I can tell you to combat that is to thin your Mod Podge out with water. So once you thin it out with water, you're gonna have to do multiple layers to get a shine going, if you're not gonna seal it with resin. And usually I don't seal these with resin. I mean, I can, that would be an upcharge for me, but they hold up well with just Mod Podge. So, and after the Mod Podge dries, I spray the clear lacquer, which I'll show you in a second. Hold on, let me grab that. This is what I use, the Rust-Oleum lacquer, and it's like $3.96 or something like that for the clear cam at Walmart. I get it at Walmart. So after all that dries, like if this was ready, well, it is ready to go, but I would take it outside. I would put masking tape on the back and then take them outside and spray the clear spray over it, and then let that dry. And then I would spray this too. You can spray that too. You don't have to, but I do. And then I would Mod Podge these two together. First I would take my Fiskar. Let me find those. Hold on. My hole punch. All right, I would take my hole punch, and it is this is not a standard hole punch. This is 1/8 of an inch, an 1/8 of an inch hole punch. But after I spray this with Rust-Oleum, I would take my hole punch and figure out where I wanted my hole, punch that hole. Then I line the back up with the earring and come back through that hole so I could punch a hole through. I would line it up and then come back through the same hole that I put in the top and come through and punch for the back. Then glue them together. Or you could glue it first and then punch the hole for the back. But you punch your hole here first so you can have a guide hole, and so it won't be so thick to cut through. You don't want to cut through 12 layers. So since we have this one done, hi, whoever that is that joined. Since we have this one done, I'm just gonna go ahead and because I could spray later. I'm just gonna go ahead and put my hole where I think it should go. And I don't like to get too close to this edge here. I want it to be just below it, but not too close because it thins it out. And it makes it weaker. Let me see where I want to put my hole. Hold on a second. thought I had a marker up here, but evidently I don't. You see how tight that was? Hi, Bianca. Hey. So, like I said, you could put the hole in your top one. And I said I would have sprayed this first, but for this video, I'm just showing you how I would put it together. So I would spray these two with lacquer. Then after it dried, then cut my hole. Then come back to my Mod Podge. Put on a good amount. And then glue them together. My baby wipe. All right. And then push that down and let it glue together. I'll leave it up, Bianca. You're not late, because I'll leave it up. So you're fine. Am I saying it right? Is it Bianca? I'm looking from the side, so because my phone is turned kind of funny. So because I didn't spray this first, let me cut this other hole real quick. So I just take and go back over it because I didn't cut a hole for the back. I cut the hole in here first because this is too thick for this to cut through 12 layers. So I'll go position it back over that hole that I cut previously and then push down. And now I'm cut all the way through. So, because I haven't sprayed it yet, I'm just gonna go back over it with another layer of my podge because I've been touching it and I have glue on my hands. I'll recap again, Bianca. I have some more over here that I had cut too. Okay. I said before too that I did previous videos and I was doing a video, but then my phone ran out of space. That's the story of my life. I never have enough space on my phone because I do the most. But I cut previous earrings. I think I'll do these. And I'm going to do glitter backs, but you can do the same if you want to do the same for both, for the front and the back. You can, but just for this tutorial, I'm doing for these earrings. I'm doing front and back. And then on another video, I did say that for this one that I was going to do color for the middle layers, but yeah, no, these are thin. You want to use 110-pound cardstock, and it didn't come out the way after I just put it together real quick. I didn't like how it come out. I would need more than just one color each. I would need probably 3 or 4 for it to turn out how I had it in my head. So oh yeah, I can't wait for you to show me either, honey. I'm ready to see that. 12 layers. Oh, the 12 layers. Oh, 12 layers. When I say 12 layers, each earring has 6 layers. There'll be 6 on here. Are you referring to what I said for 12 layers? Each earring. This one I have 6, and that one I have 6. That's what I'm getting ready to show you. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, I have to do one because I just only cut enough for those 2 earrings. Well, I'll do this one side. So again, like I was saying, for this is my layers, and this will get 3, and the back will get 3. I like to do mine separate, and that is because I do the nameplate stuff also, and I do it separate because once I glue all this together and have that side glued, and once I glue all of this together and have that side glued, I don't put my back and front together so I can epoxy both of them at the same time, or UV resin both of them at the same time, and not have to put the whole earring together. And then especially with epoxy, because it takes 24 hours to cure, it takes about 12 hours to dry so you can touch it, and 24 hours to cure. So if you want to do these with epoxy, that is totally up to you. I don't do them like that, but you could do it like that if you want to. But did I mess that up? Let me see. No. Okay. But I would do it, keep mine separate, so that when I did do the epoxy, it wouldn't take 48 hours for me to do one earring, 2 pair of earrings, because I would only